You are muted.
Anybody want to say anything so we can check to see if our sound is working? Hello.
Hi, Steve. Can you hear me?
Hey, now we know it's working. Perfect. How are you doing, Amit?
I'm doing okay. How are you doing?
You know, I made my first challah over the weekend. I made a chocolate chip challah using sourdough starter.
Nice. How did it come out?
It looked gorgeous. It tasted good, but it just looked really gorgeous. I don't know, Ken or Shapiro, I don't know if you saw it on Facebook, but it just looked amazing.
That's great.
And it made great chocolate chip challah French toast this morning.
Oh, nice. Nice.
Yeah.
That's always nice when you create some nice food things, right? For everyone to enjoy. Okay.
Need to unmute myself. Hi, everybody.
Hi, Gareth.
Welcome. It's nice to see everybody here for a little bit of centering time. And Jackie Goldman just sent me a text, and apparently she's kind of where she lives is in the middle of some of the protesting in Los Angeles. So there are helicopters above her place right now. So she's not going to be with us, but she's okay. And just wanted to give her a shout out. And for all of us, I'll speak from my own experience that this is a tough time for me. I have Minneapolis and St. Paul roots. And so my heart is with a lot of my friends who are in the midst of a really tough time right now, as is our whole country. But I did want to offer us some centering texts and some centering sentiments today before we start. And so I wanted to talk a little bit about the text that we read on Shavuot, which just ended for Reform Jews, ended on Friday night, and for Orthodox and some conservative Jews is just about to end. But the Torah reading and the reading to go along with it are connected, would have been connected today to Shavuot. And I'm just going to find my text that I wanted to share with you here. So we learn about the figures of Ruth and Naomi, two of our ancestors, and we call upon them as Shavuot has ended. These are two women who endured very, very intense trauma. They endured famine. They endured the death of their husbands. Naomi endured the death of both of her sons. They were uprooted from their homes, and they had no way to ensure a livelihood for themselves. And all of this happened to them in a relatively short period of time. They went from being very settled, well off, feeling like everything was going really well for them. And then all of a sudden, they endured just a great upset and terrible trauma. And I think there's a reason that we remember Ruth, who is recalled as the first convert to Judaism. And we don't remember her sister-in-law Orpah, who separated when Naomi, their mother-in-law, said to them, you don't have to stay with me. It was Ruth who decided to stay. But out of Ruth's trauma, rather than become embittered and disenchanted, she embraced loving kindness. And she showed it especially toward her mother-in-law, who for various reasons in the society within which they lived was more vulnerable than she was. So when we face iniquity, when we face trauma, when we face just the plain unfairness of life itself, it is so easy to become only angry or only disenchanted. To not acknowledge these feelings would be a lie, and it really couldn't help anyone. But to live only in those feelings allows no way forward. So Ruth offers us a model upon which we can root our own response to the trauma that we are experiencing in this moment, both as a nation and as individuals. Despite her situation, Ruth exhibited and inhabited chesed, loving kindness. So today, let's offer loving kindness toward one another in this class and toward ourselves as a practice to inhabit that space ourselves, just like our ancestor Ruth did, and to take it with us as we leave class.
Thank you, Gareth. Okay, so let's begin in a comfortable seated posture. If you can face the camera, that would be good. And if you can, if it's available for you to sit on your heels in Vajrasana with your knees together, that's only if your knees are okay. Then go towards that posture with your feet and your inner feet touching and sitting on your heels. Otherwise, just sit. And begin by relaxing your sit bones down so the weight of your torso releases down towards the earth. Then with your hands next to your hips on the floor, lift your chest up to lengthen the spine and take your shoulders back, drop them down. Keep the lower part of your body descending into the floor. Try to drop the weight evenly through both sit bones and make sure that the torso is perpendicular to the floor, that you're not leaning back. Yeah? And with your spine extending, just stay there for a few moments, holding the actions in your body. The extension in your spine. Keeping everything as it is, just bring your hands to your thighs, palms facing up. And once again, lift your sternum up to lengthen the spine. Take the shoulders back and drop your shoulder blades down. And close your eyes, please. Connecting with the faculty of awareness, suggest for your throat to relax. Release the skin on your face, your forehead, and your cheeks. And rest your eyes. Then bringing your attention to your breath, just observe your breath as you breathe naturally. Connecting with your breath. Observe the quantity of your breath. And the quality of your breath. Is it soft and relaxed, or is there any strain on it? And now to begin to regulate your breath in Ujjayi breathing. On your inhalation, expand your chest, the rib cage. Keep your chest elevated. On your exhalation, relax the upper abdomen away from your ribs. Repeat and continue. Inhale, expand the chest, keep the chest elevated. Exhale, relax the upper abdomen away from your ribs. One more time. Expand, elevate, and release the abdomen. On your next inhalation, lift the perineum muscle up at the pelvic floor. Expand the chest. Keep the chest elevated. Exhale, navel into spine. Repeat and continue. Inhale. Lift the perineum. Lift the chest. Exhale, navel into spine. One more time. And release. Relax. Let it go. Allow your chest to release. Relax your arms. And just relax there for a moment. Then you're going to turn to the top of your mat and come to tabletop on your hands and knees. I'm going to start with just warming up the spine here a little bit, doing some cat-cows on your own. On your inhale, look at the wall in front, lift your sit bones up. On the exhale, look at your navel, round your spine. Moving gently, inhale, look at the wall in front, lift your sit bones up. Exhale, navel into spine. Repeat and continue 3 more times. Inhale. Exhale. 1. Inhale. Exhale. 2. Move smooth and gentle with your actions. 3. Come back to center. And then take your right hand forward along the floor and bend your left elbow, take your forehead to the floor. Reach your right hand forward, place the tops of your feet on the floor, and without sliding the right hand back, just move your hips back slightly to lengthen the right side of your torso and waist. Stay there, please. Inhale, come back to center, tabletop. Exhale, take the left hand forward along the floor, reach a little forward and you straighten your left arm, and then bending the right elbow, bring the forehead to the floor. Keep the left elbow off the floor and reach a little forward as much as you can. Press the tops of your feet and keeping the left hand where it is without allowing it to slide back. Take your hips back slightly and relax the side of your waist, left side. And just relax the tight area. And come back to center. You're going to thread your right arm under your left shoulder, going into a twist. This way, release the right side of your head on the floor. Press the tops of your feet, especially the right foot. Bring your hips to the midline. So bring your hips to the right slightly. Pushing down with your left hand, move the left shoulder away from the floor. And relax the muscles at the back of your spine. And inhale, come back to center. Exhale, make your way to the other side, taking the left arm under the right shoulder. Release the left side of the head on the floor. Press the tops of your feet, especially the left foot, and bring your hips to the center. Bring them to the left slightly. And pushing with the right hand on the floor, take your right shoulder back, and then relax the areas that are tight. And inhale, come back to tabletop. Okay, we're going to make our way to downward dog and go stage by stage. So listen please before you go up. First, bring your shoulders in line with your wrists and your hips in line with your knees. And then take your shoulders towards your ears. So pop your shoulders out towards your ears. And now relax and descend your spine in between the shoulder blades, descend them down. Chest goes slightly down, arms are straight. And then look at the wall in front and do an outer rotation of your upper arms to widen the collarbones. Your elbow eyes will face forward towards the wall in front. And you'll notice that the weight is more on the little finger side of your palms. Begin to turn your elbow eyes towards each other till the weight drops to the thumb and index finger side of your palms. Once you have that, straighten your arms, push into the floor, look forward, lift your sit bones up, and then tuck your toes under. Look at your hands, keep the weight distribution in your hands. Bend your knees and go up and then bend your knees in downward dog. Look at your hands and straighten just the left leg. Keep the right knee bent slightly. Push with your right hand a little bit more and relax your head. Straighten the left leg. Maybe lift your toes up on the left foot, the ones in front, and take your left hip back. Stay there, please. Now bend both knees again, look forward. Exhale, straighten your right leg and release your head. Push with the left hand a little bit more. Lift your toes up on the right foot and take the right hip back. Open the back of the right leg and lengthen the right side of the waist. Bend both your knees. Look forward, lift your hips back and up. Inhale here. Exhale, straighten your legs, release your head. 1, repeat and continue. Bend your knees, hips back and up, look forward. Exhale, straighten your legs, release your head. 2, continuing. Inhale, bend your knees, look forward. Exhale, straighten your legs, release. 3, 2 more times. Bend your knees, energize your arms, take your hips back. Exhale, straighten your legs, release your heels down, release your head. 4, 1 more time. And 5, stay in downward dog. And step your legs forward on your inhalation. Look at the wall in front. Try to straighten your legs and your spine. You may have to come up to achieve that. Try to straighten as much as is available. Exhale, bend your knees. Release your torso and your head. Release it, relax it. Inhale, look at the wall in front. Straighten your legs and your mount. Exhale, bend your knees and release your torso and head. Continuing. Inhale, lengthen your spine, the back of the legs. Exhale, fold. 3, inhale, energize your actions. Energize your spine. Exhale, let it go. Inhale one more time, activate. Exhale, release. Inhale, come up, vertebrae by vertebrae. Head comes up last. And exhale, come to the top of your mat. And stand in Tadasana, mountain pose. So join the inner necks of your big toes. Heels can be slightly apart. You can also keep your feet hip distance apart if that articulates better for you in your hips. And lift all your toes up, bend your knees slightly. And pushing down on the big toe mound in the center of your heels, straighten your legs, activate your thighs to lift the kneecaps up. Lengthen the sternum up to lengthen your spine. And straighten your arms with the palms facing forward. So straighten your elbows and take your shoulders down your back. So Randy, your hands can still be down. Yeah, just turn the palms forward. Keep your hands just next to your hips. Yes. Yeah. Now, if possible, just the big toe and little toe on the floor. Lift the middle three toes up. And activate your thighs, spin the inner groins back. We're opening, waking up the muscles here. And allow your tailbone to drop to a neutral position, slightly forward. Keep everything working, taking your muscles into your bones. Just waking up the physical body here. Stay there. Now relax all your toes. Turn your palms towards your thighs, the sides of your thighs. And loosen your body. Just relax, let go of all action. Maybe just shake the body a little bit and release all action and just stand there in Samasthiti. Okay. Classical sun salutation. Start with bringing your hands to Namaste. And lift your sternum up. Relax your shoulders and your elbows. Come back to your breath. Once again, connect with your breath through your awareness. And then inhale, take your hands above your head. Exhale, hands to the floor or your shins. Relax as you fold, relax your hips. Inhale, look at the wall in front. Exhale, step your right leg back, right knee down, hands on the floor. Inhale, hands above your head. Exhale, move to plank position. Inhale in plank, look slightly in front in plank. Exhale, knees down, chest down, hips lifted. Inhale, drop your pelvis, lift your head and chest. Exhale, lift your hips back and up to downward dog. Inhale, step your right leg forward, left knee down, and hands above your head. Exhale, hands to the floor. Inhale, step your left leg forward, coming to half standing. Look at the wall in front. Exhale, relax your hips and fold. Look at your big toes as you fold. Inhale, hands above your head, come up. Exhale, relax in Samasthiti. As you move, try to relax the body. Try to not hold. If you hold, then it restricts the movement. So try to relax into the movement, okay? Second one, inhale, hands above your head. Exhale, relax your hips as you fold. Take your hands down. Look at your big toes. Inhale, look at the wall in front. Extend your spine. Exhale, right leg back, right knee down, hands on the floor. Relax and open the front of the right thigh. Inhale, take your hands above your head. Exhale, move to plank position. In plank, take your heels back slightly, activate your thighs, look forward. Exhale, knees down, chest down, hips lifted. Inhale, drop your pelvis, lift your head and chest, elbows are bent in cobra. Exhale, lift your hips back and up to downward dog. Inhale, step your right leg forward, left knee down, and hands above your head. Exhale, hands to the floor. Sink the front of your hips down and open the front of the left thigh. Relax the right knee, yes. Inhale, step the left leg forward, coming to half standing. Look at the wall in front. Exhale, relax your hips and fold. Look at your big toes as you fold to open the spine and hips. Inhale, hands above your head, come up. Exhale, relax, let go of your hands. Continuing, inhale, hands above your head. Energize and lengthen your spine. Exhale, long spine as you fold from the hip joint. Relax the hips as you fold. Inhale, look at the wall in front to lengthen the spine. Exhale, right leg back, right knee down, hands on the floor, and lift your sternum up. Keep your hands on the floor. Hands on the floor. Inhale, take your hands above your head, and energize the right hand a little bit more to open that side. Exhale, move to plank position. Shoulders in line with your wrists. Look forward slightly. Take your navel in. Exhale, knees down, chest down. Lift your buttock bones up high to open the low back. Inhale, drop your pelvis. Lift your head and chest. Elbows are bent. Exhale, lift your hips back and up. Look at your hands as you go to downward dog to lengthen the spine. Inhale, step your right leg forward, left knee down, and take your hands above your head. Energize with the left hand to open that side. Exhale, hands to the floor. Keep your hands there. Lift your sternum. Look up slightly. Inhale, step the left leg forward, coming to half standing. Look at the wall in front. Exhale, look at your big toes as you fold to lengthen the spine and open the hip joint. Inhale, hands above your head. Lengthen the sides of your waist with the action of your arms. Exhale, relax in Samasthiti. Sun salutation A. Again, modify if you need. If you need to stay or skip any part of the sun salutation, you're welcome to, and then rest if you need and join when your breath is okay. Okay. Inhale, take your hands above your head. Exhale, relax and fold. This time, release your head. Look at the space between your knees. Inhale, look at the wall in front. Exhale, step or jump both your legs back and go down either halfway to the floor or go all the way down. Bring your body down. Yes. Inhale into upward dog, lifting your head and chest. Elbows are straight this time. Exhale, lift your hips back and up to downward dog. And stay there, please. On your next inhalation, step or jump your legs forward. Look at the wall in front to extend your spine. Exhale, fold. Relax the hip joint to fold. Inhale, hands above your head, come up. Exhale, release your hands, Samastitihi. Continuing, inhale, hands above your head. Lengthen the side waist. Exhale, fold. Take your hands down. Relax your head. Inhale, keep your hands there. Look at the wall in front. Exhale, step or jump both your legs and go down into Chaturanga or a modification. Inhale into upward dog or a modification. Lift your head and chest. Exhale, lift your hips back and up to downward dog. Inhale, step your feet directly behind your hands. Look at the wall in front to extend the spine. And exhale, bend your knees, go into a squat. Go into a squat. Yeah, so bring your hips down. Sit down more. Sit all the way down. As much as you can go. Relax your knees. Yes, yes. And bring your hands to Namaste. So try to drop your heels to the floor if that's possible. You can release your hands on the floor to help you with that. And if you're in full squat, lift the lowest ribs, lift it up your thighs, lift your sternum up. Bring the weight onto your heels and drop your hips towards your heels. Okay, and then move through a vinyasa. Take your hands down, go take your legs back and go down to Chaturanga or a modification. Inhale up to upward dog or a modification. Exhale back to downward dog. And stay there, please. On your next inhalation, please step or jump your legs forward. Look at the wall in front. Exhale, relax and fold. Inhale, come up, hands above your head. Exhale, release your hands. Once again, if you need a visual cue, you can either go to speaker view or you can select a window that you'd like to see as a visual cue, and there are 3 dots on the side. In the drop-down menu, there's a pin video function. If you click on that, a person's view will be on your screen. Okay? So use that if you need. Sun Salutation B. Bend your knees, take your hips down slightly. Oh, as much as you can actually, and then take your hands above your head. Inhale, exhale, hands to the floor, straighten your legs or wherever's comfortable for you. Inhale, look at the wall in front. Exhale, step or jump both your legs back and go down into Chaturanga or modify. Inhale into upward dog. Exhale, back to downward dog. Pivot your left heel into the floor. Take your right foot in between your hands and inhale, come up. Take your hands above your head. Stay there. On your next exhalation, hands to the floor, right leg back, and take your body down, either parallel to the floor or all the way down. Inhale into upward dog. Exhale, lift your hips back and up to downward dog. Pivot your right heel to the floor. Take your left foot in between your hands and inhale. Come up, hands above your head. Stay there, please. Relax the left knee. Relax the left hip down. Take the left knee forward. Hold from the back leg. Hold from the back leg. Relax the front knee and hip. And take your hands down. Take your left leg back and move the body down in Chaturanga. Inhale into upward dog, lifting your head and chest. Exhale, lift your hips back and up to downward dog. And stay there. Try to recover your breath here. On your next inhalation, please step or jump your legs forward. Look at the wall in front. Exhale, relax and fold. Inhale, bend your knees, hands above your head. Exhale, come to standing, release your hands. Last one, inhale, bend your knees, hands above your head. Exhale, fold and straighten your legs. Inhale, look at the wall in front to lengthen the spine. Exhale, step or jump both your legs back and go down to Chaturanga. Inhale into upward dog, lift your head and chest. Exhale, lift your hips back and up to downward dog. Pivot your left heel to the floor. Take the right leg forward. Inhale, come up to warrior one, hands above your head. Exhale, take your hands down and go to Chaturanga. Right leg back. Take your body down. It's okay, Steve, just do the other side, on the other side. And then go to downward dog. Pivot your right heel to the floor, left leg forward. Inhale, come up to warrior one. Exhale, hands to the floor. Take your body down to Chaturanga. Left leg back. Inhale into upward dog. Exhale into downward dog. And stay there. Recharge the foundation in your palms, spreading the weight evenly across the skin of your palms, top, sides, back, all sides. And then pushing down, take the posture back into your legs. Drop your heels towards the floor and lift your hips up. And then once you've applied the action, relax the tight areas. Relax the back of your legs and the back of your hips. And come down to child's pose, please. With your hands in front, push your palms into the floor and take your hips towards your heels. Once you have that, then release your hands back with your palms facing up, wrists on the floor, elbows on the floor. Just child's pose. Take your hands back. And with your hands next to your ankles, palms facing up, relax. First, just observe your breath. Perhaps it's a little faster than when you started. Allow the breath to find its way back to its natural state of relaxation. And we warmed up one aspect of the practice, which is the doing action part of the practice. The other aspect, which is equally, if not more important, is the letting go and relaxation, especially in context to what Karith shared earlier with trauma and releasing trauma. Letting go is where the focus and the secret lies in releasing trauma. So using your awareness, suggest for your ankles to relax and allow the tops of your feet to release down towards the floor. Release your knees and allow the shin bones to descend down towards the floor. Relax your sit bones and hips towards your heels and allow the back of your legs to rest on your calf muscles. Let go of your wrists and elbows on the floor and allow your forearms to rest on the floor. And allow your shoulders to descend towards your ears. Spreading your awareness across the back of your torso. Release the back of the torso towards the front. And relax your chest in the space in between your knees. Once again, relax your throat, face and eyes to bring the energy and emotional body to a more neutral place. And as your forehead releases into the floor, let go of any agitation in your mind and your thoughts. Just observe your breath, keep your mind in the simple and profound practice of observing and connecting with the breath. On your next inhalation, please take your hands forward and come up to tabletop. Exhale into downward dog. Lift your knees and hips up. Once again, find the foundation in your palms and the action of your legs. Find the extension in your spine with your legs straight and your spine straight. And then open the hip joint, open the back of the legs by relaxing those areas. On your next inhalation, please step your legs forward. Look at the wall in front. Keep your legs straight if you can, especially if you don't have a low back injury. And then exhale, relax your hips and fold with one exhalation, how much ever is naturally available. So Lani, bring your wrists to the floor. Take your hands back, you have more room. Fingers forward, palms on the floor. Yes, and release your head. And once you apply the action, don't try to keep forcing going deeper. Instead, just relax with whatever is naturally available. And then release the back of your legs and hips. Suggest for them to relax. And now inhale, look at the wall in front, come to the half position. Bring your inner, join the inner edges of your feet and the inner knees. Bring your feet together. And bending your knees, take your hips down so your hips are in line with your knees. Yes, so go down, relax the knees. Now take your hands up. Lift your chest up, hands above your head. Chest up and try to separate the abdomen from your thighs without So Randy, come halfway. Don't go all the way down like that. Come up. Oh, unless you can't. Okay, that's fine. Try to relax your knees. Take the hips down and bring the weight to your heels. Lift your shoulders back and lift your hands back. Try to stay. And inhale, come up please. Come to standing. Exhale, release your hands. And relax your body. Relax your joints, your ankles, knees, hips, shoulders, elbows, and wrists. And recover your breath. Allow your breath to recover. Okay. Just stay there for a moment, just relaxing. And then turn to face the camera, please. We're going to go into balancing posture, Garudasana, eagle pose. So let me, Lani, do you know eagle pose? You must, right? Garudasana. We can't see you. Yeah, okay. So let me just, everyone can see Lani, right? She's on the spotlight, so change to speaker view if you need to see her. Now, just follow my instructions, Lani. I'd like you to demonstrate the modification first. So take your feet hip distance apart. Yeah. Now, lifting the right leg up. Lift the right leg up, yes. Now place, lift it, yeah, it's a little challenging on the board. Now, hands on your hips. Place the outer right ankle just above the left knee. Yes, like that, okay? And now bend the left knee and sit down a little bit. Take any support you need, okay? So it's going to be challenging for Lani because she's on a board, it's moving. Okay, so that's the modification, and you just stay there, okay? Those of you who know the full posture, the right foot is wrapped around the left calf muscle, okay? Okay, so whichever version you want to take, keep your feet hip distance apart first. And lift your right leg up. Right leg. And then place either the right ankle just above the left knee or wrap the right foot behind the right calf muscle if you have the full posture. Hands on your hips. And bend the left knee, sit down a bit. Relax the left knee. If you're stable here, take your hands out to the side in line with your shoulders and left elbow on top in Garudasana arms. And stay there. If you come out, go back into it. Take support if you need. And okay, and then okay, and then come out. Release. Okay, relax there. Relax the body and recover the breath. Take any support if you need. And I showed you the modification. You know, if this is not a posture that you usually do, you may want to work on the modification first, yeah? So you can progressively work towards the posture. So feet hip distance apart again. Take your toes in slightly. Toes in slightly. Yeah, and then lift the left leg up and either placing the ankle above the right knee or wrap the foot behind the calf muscle. Hands on your hips first. So in front, Randy, take the foot in front, yes. Relax the right knee and sit down first. Get the balance first. Only if you are stable, then take the hands in line with your shoulders and right elbow on top. Otherwise, work in the earlier stage. Work in the earlier stage if you're shaking. And inhale, come up, please. Exhale and release. So this is a balancing posture, and the next one is 2. Yeah. So there's a simple logic in this. If you are not able to balance in your legs, there's no way that you're going to put your hands in the posture. It's not going to happen. That's just how it is. Okay. So it's important that you work in stages of the posture. You're always building from the floor up. Yeah. If you try to go to the final posture when your body is not yet ready, it may not happen. So try to work from the floor up. Work in the earlier stages. Don't be in a hurry. Don't try to take something that you're not ready for yet. Okay, so this is the practice of being conscious and working with a very clear focus. Okay, next posture. I'm going to show it to you. Okay, and I'm going to show you the modified version, so it's a little simpler. It's a little dark. I don't know how to fix that now. Okay, let's see. Okay, so basically you're going to lift the knee, one leg up and hold the knee, and you're going to stay here for a while. I'm going to take you through it, and then after that you're going to keep the leg in the air and move into warrior 3 and take your hands to the floor. If you have bricks, you can use that too. Try to keep your hips squared like this. And then again, you're going to come up with the leg in the air, hold the knee, and you're going to twist like this. And then both hands on your hips, leg in the air like this, okay? So let's try that. So some of you who may be a little more open, you've practiced for a longer time, you could try the whole sequence with your legs straight. Yeah? So front leg straight, and then going back, and then taking the straight leg up and going into a twist if you practice a while, and then both hands on your hips, front leg straight. Of course, that's more challenging. Yeah, so do what is appropriate for you. If you have any sort of low back issues, or if you haven't practiced this stuff before, then of course it makes much more sense to keep the knee bent, okay? So you can work on the balance aspect of the posture. Okay. So let's see. Okay. Okay, so lift the right leg up and either interlock your fingers around the knee, or if you're straightening, begin to straighten. Hold and straighten. Left hand on the hip, keep the left leg straight, lift your chest up, relax the right hip and lift the right leg up. Now you're going into warrior 3. Try to keep the leg in the air as you go into warrior 3. Take the leg back and go into warrior 3. You can release your hands on the floor or something in front if you need. Put your hands on a sofa or chair or whatever you need, okay? And now come up, take the right leg forward again. This time hold with your left hand, hold the knee or the foot if you're straightening. And then straighten. If you're stable, take your right hand back. Right hand back. And lift your right leg up a little more. Stay there. Now hold the leg with your right hand, left hand on your hip. Lift the right leg up, both hands on your hips, leg in the air. Stay there. And release. Okay. Relax your body and recover your breath. Now the reason that this posture is challenging is mainly because the hip joint is tight. And that's the place where we hold our traumas, emotional and other traumas. It's usually held in the hip joint. So as you get into the posture, try to relax the hips as you get into the posture. Lift your left leg up and either interlock your fingers around the knee or hold the left foot. Straighten if you're straightening. Relax the hip as you lift the leg up. And straighten the right leg, lift your chest up, relax the left hip, and stay there. And now move to Warrior 3, taking the left leg back in the air if possible. Release your hands if you need to, or take them in the air. Now bring the left leg forward, come up, left leg forward, hold with your right hand. Get stable first, straighten if you're straightening. Get stable in the right leg and then take the left hand back. And then get stable again, lift the right leg up a little more and then maybe look back. Now hold the leg with the left hand, right hand on your hip. Lift the left leg up some more. And now both hands on your hips, leg in the air. And release. Let it go. Let it go and release. Relax your body and your joints. And as I said before, relaxation can mean moving a little bit too for some of you. And allow the breath to recover. Okay. Okay, and then turn to face the camera, please. Okay. And step or jump your legs apart and take your hands apart. Hands in line with your shoulders. Relax your shoulders, relax your hips. Inhale, turn your palms up. Look up, lift your chest. Exhale and come to the half position. Bring your hands to the floor or your bricks in front. And there in the half position, inhale, look at the wall in front to straighten your spine. Lift your sit bones up and activate your thighs to open the back of the legs. Some of you will stay here and just work here. If you're already feeling the tightness here, then just work here. If you're more open, then take your hands back in line, wrists in line with your heels on the floor, and relax your hips and fold from the hip joint. And with one exhalation, how much ever you fold naturally, what's easily available, stay there. And once you apply the action, relax the areas that are tight that you've accessed. And inhale, come to the half position, please. Exhale, hands on your hips. Inhale, come up. Exhale, bring your legs together. Release your hands. Relax your body and recover your breath. And inhale, step or jump your legs apart, about 3 feet apart, hands apart in line with your shoulders. Point the right foot out. So Randy, take your hands up please, in line with your shoulders. Charge the left side of the body, so activate the left leg and reach for the wall on the left side. Exhale, bend the right knee, take your right hand down and take your left hand above your ear. Yeah, left hand, left upper arm close to your ear. So, in Parsvakonasana. Yes. Look beyond the armpit chest area, relax the right knee and take the left shoulder back. Lengthen the spine, take the left shoulder back. Hold from the back leg. Relax the front knee and front hip. Straighten the left hand. Inhale and come up, please. Exhale, change the direction of your feet. So keep the legs apart, same distance. Inhale, charge the right side of the body. Exhale, bend the left knee, take the left hand down, either to your thigh or to the floor or the brick. Right hand above your ear. Look beyond the right armpit and lengthen the spine first and then revolve the spine. And then lift your chin up to look at your right thumb. Relax the right knee and the right hip. Hold from the back leg. Inhale, come up please. Exhale, bring your legs together, release your hands. Relax your joints and your body. So as I was saying earlier, as children, you would notice that most children are not only completely open in the body, their body can, limbs can go in any direction, They're also energetically much more open. Yeah, emotion, energetic expression. Over time, as we go through experiences in life and as the mind learns to cope with external experiences and stresses, sometimes there is, because of the inability to effectively cope with stress that life brings, maybe not knowing the right technique or the right way of doing it, what happens is that all situations, circumstances beyond one's control, not being ready for it, it creates a mental trauma or a mental stress, mental emotional stress that ends up expressing itself as tightness in the body. Usually, the joint that is most greatly affected by this process is the hip joint. That's why in the physical practice of yoga, the main focus is to open the hip joint. And that is the releasing or the reversing of some of the built-up trauma over the years, mental, emotional trauma, okay? Now, the process to do that is to apply the action in the posture that will reveal the tightness or access the tightness, and then to consciously, through the process of relaxation, using your mind and your breath to release that area, release the tightness and the holding there. Often, this is a very challenging thing to be in because it creates emotional turbulence or disturbance. But the practice is to keep the mind steady and keep the breath relaxed and soft. So you're able to hold this process of letting go. Because if you are able to do this, when you come out of it on the other side, you will feel a release emotionally and physically. And this is really what the practice of the physical practice of yoga focuses on. And yeah, that's the main focus of the practice, to open the hip joint and release the body of the built up, accumulated trauma that we all, by virtue of being alive, go through. Yeah? Okay. Come back to standing if you've come down and face the camera again. And with your hands on your hips, step your feet about 3 feet apart. We're going to revolve to the right, so point your right foot out and turn, take the right shoulder back, right hip back, left hip forward. Square your hips and square your torso. So right shoulder back, left shoulder forward, right hip back, left hip forward. Yes, square the hips. Keep both legs straight. And activating the back thigh, lift the left kneecap up and lift your left hand up towards the ceiling. Lengthen the left side of your sternum up. Keeping the right leg straight, relax and fold from the hip joint. Take the right hip back as you fold. Relax the hip and release your left hand wherever is comfortable for you. If it touches the floor, good. Otherwise, wherever you reach on your leg. Don't bend the left knee. Don't bend the left knee. Instead, stay up. The right knee, don't bend it. Instead, stay higher and keep the knee straight. Now take the right hip back and into the midline. Straighten the right leg and look forward to lengthen the spine. Now relax the right hand on the floor as well, or on your leg, wherever's comfortable for you. And now you've accessed the tightness here. Inhale, lengthen the sternum forward to open the hip joint. Now, if this is tight enough for you, if you're not able to straighten your legs, then you work here. Try to straighten the legs and straighten the spine. Those of you who are more open, take your hands back with both your legs straight, relax the hip joint, and take your chin towards your shin bone. Take your hands back if you're folding. And now you've accessed the tightness. And as I said earlier, to release it, breathe. Use your inhalation to energize where you feel the tightness. Exhalation to suggest to relax that area and stay there. Use your breath. Use the suggestion of your mind. Stay with the breath even if it's uncomfortable. And inhale, come up please. Exhale, hands on your hips. And revolve to the other side. Turn your left foot out. Take the left shoulder back. And take the left hip back, right hip forward. Straighten both legs. And lift the left hand straight up. Lift the chest up. Keep both legs straight. Relax the left hip back and into the midline as you bring your left hand down. Relax the left hip. Don't bend the knee. Relax it. Relax the left hip. And wherever is comfortable for you, don't try to go beyond what is available. And then straighten both legs. Lengthen the sternum forward, look at the wall in front. And you'll notice that one side is tighter. Usually this side is tighter for most people. Then release the right hand too. And once again, straighten both legs, lengthen the sternum forward, look at the wall in front. And then if you're folding, fold. Otherwise, wherever you are, straight legs, straight spine, relax the left hip, back and into the midline. And then using your inhalation to energize the tight area, exhale, suggest to relax. There will be some emotional discomfort. Try to stay with your breath and suggest for that area to relax. Inhale and come up. Exhale, step your right leg next to your left. So step your right leg forward. Go to the top of the mat there and inhale, take your hands above your head. Exhale, relax your hips as you fold. Inhale, look at the wall in front. Exhale, step or jump both your legs back and go down. Take your body down to Chaturanga. Inhale into upward dog. Exhale to downward dog. Lift your hips back and up. And inhale, step or jump your legs through. Come to a seated posture. And then lie down on your back, please. Bending your knees, place your feet on the floor, heels in line with your hips. We're going into reclining half box here. So lift the right leg, and like you did earlier in eagle pose, the modification, place the outer right ankle just below the left knee in front. Bend the right knee, place the outer right ankle just under, yes, in front. Now lifting the left foot off the floor, interlock your fingers behind the left thigh. And pull the left knee towards your chest. Relax the left knee and left foot. Let the left heel drop towards your left hip. Steve, relax the left knee. Left the left, yes, like that. Now pulling the left knee into your chest, use your right elbow to push the right knee away from your chest without taking the left knee away. So you're opening the hip joint here with your actions. Relax the left knee, let the left heel drop towards your left hip. Let it just hang. Yes, now pull the left knee in. Pull the left knee in more. Now push the right knee out. And with that action, you've accessed the tightness in your hip joint. Now suggest for it to relax. Use your inhalation to take your awareness to where you experience the result of the trauma. And with your exhalation, suggest, like you speak to a child, to release and relax. So there's a deep listening here that happens. You're not escaping it. You're going into the result of the trauma, and then with gentle coaxing and love, releasing it. Transform the pain into ease. From your action of relaxation. Okay, and release, please. Make your way to the other side. So it's important for the right knee and ankle to be relaxed, so there's no unnecessary tension there. And then pull the right knee into your chest. Flex the left foot, and with your left forearm or elbow, push the left knee away to access the tight area in the leg and the hip. Once you've done that, then once again, use your inhalation to energize the area that's tight, and your exhalation to suggest to relax. And release, please. Release your feet to the floor. Roll over to your side. Make your way to go through a vinyasa. Go to chaturanga. Go to upward dog and downward dog. Modify if you need. And then come to plank position. Modification for plank is keep staying there and just dropping your knees to the floor. That's the modification for plank if you need. And go all the way down. Keep your hands where they are. Ground your pubic bone and navel to the floor. And lift your straight legs up behind you. Lift your chest and head in Shalabhasana. Hands on the floor. Push down on the floor. So this is not cobra. Your legs are up too. Steve's wife Randy, yes, legs are up too. And lift your chest and head up. And release. Release your chest, release your head, turn your cheek to one side and straighten your arms behind you. So in these postures, in the back bending, we are opening the hip joint from the front of the hip joint. So the front of the thighs, the front of the pelvis, as well as the torso. Yeah. Okay, and bring your forehead to the floor. Keep your hands where they are. Lift your shoulders up and take your shoulder blades down your back. Ground your pubic bone and navel. Inhale, lift your straight legs up, lift your chest and head up. And stay there. And release. Turn your head to the other side. Rest on your cheek. Relax the body and recover your breath. Last one, bring your forehead to the floor. You can repeat any of the previous two arm variations. If you can interlock your fingers above your hips, then please do that. And then straighten your elbows. Take the shoulders back and up, straighten your elbows. And with the energy of your hands, lift your chest and head up, lift your legs up. Try to lift above the knees and try to lift your chest and head up. Gaze a little higher. And release, please. Turn your head to the other side. Relax there. And roll over. Lie down on your back, please. We're going to take one bridge posture. So bring your heels in line with your hips. Bend your knees. Heels in line with your hips. Heels slightly out, toes slightly in. And you can go into any variation of bridge pose, lifting your hips off the floor. If anyone wants to take wheel, Urdhva Dhanurasana, if that's part of your practice and you feel that's appropriate, then you're welcome to do that as well. So go up on your own, please. If you have low back issues, this variation of bridge where you bring your hips about 10% lower than your full capacity. And then everyone can tuck your tailbone in between the space between your knees, tuck the tailbone to lengthen the low back, and then take the navel in to support the low back. And come down. Release. Hug your knees into your chest. And you can either just stay there, or it's nice to rotate the knees above the hip joint and give the sacrum a gentle massage. Change direction. And roll over, make your way to a wide-legged downward dog with your feet as wide as the mat. And keep your knees bent. So take your feet as wide as the mat. Keep your knees bent. Like you did in the beginning of the class, lift your hips back and up. Look forward to lengthen the spine. Inhale there. Exhale and gently straighten your legs any amount. Release your head. Inhale, bend your knees, hips back and up. Look forward. Exhale, straighten your legs any amount and release your head. One more time. Inhale. Exhale. And now stay there. Try to drop your heels, lift the sit bones up to lengthen the back of the legs, and then lengthen the sternum forward, and then gaze at your navel. And don't push to gaze at your navel, so you don't round the low back as you do that. The spine needs to be straight as you gaze at the navel. And now bring your feet hip distance apart. Bend your knees. Lift your hips back and up. Look forward. Exhale, straighten your legs, release your head, and stay there. And go to child's pose, please. Relax in child's pose. For those of you who, if child's pose is not a good option for you, you can always rest on your back. Just lie down on the floor. Okay, and then come up, please. Lift your torso up, lie down on your back, and go into happy baby pose, Ananda Balasana. And in happy baby pose, try to take your tailbone towards the floor to ground the low back, and then relaxing the back of your hips and legs. Take the shoulders towards the floor. As your shoulders come down, your knees will come down too. And now release your feet to the floor. We're going into a reclining twist. Lift and move only your hips to the right. Lift the hips up, move them right, and then drop them. Straighten only your left leg along the floor. And take the right knee towards your chest. Using your left hand, take the knee to the left. Knee and foot to the left towards the floor. Relax your spine, relax the right hip, and take your right hand out in line with your right shoulder. Relax into the twist. Release. Letting go of tightness. It is an action of relaxation in the mind and the body and the emotions. If you don't have that, there is no way that you can resolve trauma. It will only create more agitation in your life and in the lives around you, of those around you. You have to deeply listen to what's going on and release. It's a deep act of love to release trauma. Come back to center, please. Bending your knees, feet on the floor. Lift and move your hips to the left. Straighten your right leg along the floor. Take the left knee into your chest. Using your right hand, take the knee and foot to your right, towards or on the floor. And left hand in line with your left shoulder. Relax into the twist. On your exhalation, suggest to relax as you go in. And then continue to relax the tight areas. Listen with your awareness. Energize with your inhalation. And release with your exhalation. From a place of love in your heart space for yourself. It's not an easy practice. So if you see people who don't know how to resolve trauma and they express it differently, hold compassion for them. Let the energy resolve in any way that it can. Come back to center, please. Square your hips, lengthen the low back by tucking your tailbone. Straighten your legs along the floor. Lengthen the back of your neck and head on the floor. You can use your hands to help you. Lift the back of the head and lengthen. And tuck your shoulders under palms, facing up. You're just in Shavasana, resting in Shavasana. Relax there.
So our sages taught that gimilut chasadim, that doing acts of loving kindness, are even superior to tzedakah. Tzedakah is often translated as charity, but in Hebrew it really means doing what is just, but it is a form of giving. So tzedakah can be performed only with one's money, while gimilut chasadim can be performed both with your personhood and with your money. Tzedakah is given to the poor, while gimilut chasadim are performed both for the poor and the rich. Tzedakah is given only to the living, while gimilut chasadim can be performed both for the living and for the dead. This teaching that I just shared with you comes from the Talmud. It's a very old teaching, and it's really interesting just to see that our mitzvot can be ordered in importance by our sages. And in this particular instance, we're told, even though our tradition teaches us to give because we are called to do so, because it's the just thing to do, that even more important than that is to engage in the world and engage with others in acts of loving kindness. So we're going to head toward our Havdalah today with a song which is Olam Chesed Yibaneh. We will build this world from love. So I'm going to grab the guitar and the Havdalah set, so you can stay right where you are. I'll be right back. המבדיל בין קודש לחול, חטאתנו ימחול, זרענו וכספנו ירבה כחול, ככוכבים בלילה. שבוע טוב, 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 שבוע טוב. A good week, a week of peace, may goodness reign and joy increase. A good week, a week of peace, may goodness reign and joy increase. Wishing everyone a good week. I'm gonna unmute everyone so we can all wish each other Shavua Tov.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Amit.
Thank you. Thank you,
Thank you,
Randy.
Amit. Thank you, Peter.
Thanks, Steve.
Thank you.
Bye, everyone. Thank you.
Beautiful.